Hello everybody, welcome and greetings to more Halo Wars 1 AI battles. So the way that this works is through the leader overhaul mod. I love this mod. It gives you new leaders, changes on maps, etc, etc. This is it Lyrene Castilla? Which I actually, on PC, and we went over this once, I forget how you actually view your leaders and whatnot, but that's okay. So this is the rebel leader. And you know what? I actually have not played as the rebels through this mod. I may have once upon a time. There is a video on the channel of me playing as the rebels. There's a link, by the way, to a Halo Wars 1 modding playlist. And we're just gonna kind of see what goes on here. We have the rebels on legendary on my team. I am spectating, that's why I'm not over here. On the other side, I believe it's Cutter as, is it normal? And then over here we have the Prophet of Regret on easy. Either one of these is easy and one of them is normal. The point of this video is I want to see, can a legendary AI defeat two other AIs of lower difficulty? I get this from Command & Conquer. Every now and then I'll make a Command & Conquer video on the channel, and I want to see, like, can myself and like 5 AIs set to the hard difficulty take on like 1 or 2 AIs at the brutal difficulty? Because apparently in Command & Conquer they cheat. Usually the answer is no, we cannot. We end up losing. I want to see if the same is true here. Again, as I said in previous videos in this AI battle series, and I'll continue to reiterate just so you're aware. Oh, there's a base slot there. That's actually a great idea. It actually looks like a mini base slot, come to think of it. And I guess that's why it looks like a base from baseball, instead of, you know, just a normal square. Anyway, the point I continue to reiterate with this AI series is the AI was never intended to do what is happening right now. So you should, my goodness, those Sentinels are insane. Smoking these rebel infantry. So, you know, for example, these two AIs on the opposing team may end up winning. Does that mean that an easy and normal AI is better than one legendary AI? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, another thing too to, I guess, kind of consider is my base slot can be taken. Really what I wish that this spectator thing would do, which would make this so much cooler, is Fog of War would be eliminated. So I could actually see, like, what the other AIs are doing as we kind of build out this series. Or, like, you know, even give us, like, console commands to say, like, because what I would think would be cool is, like, retest Mythbusters through something like this, where, like, you would set rally points for essentially 2 factions. You have 2 different teams, if you will. And say, like, you know, we're each going to train this unit and then send it here. And you can kind of see what happens. Finally, the last thing I'll say on my wish list that I hope happens someday is multi-team or free-for-all. I think, actually, this map, this is repository. This modded version is called Assembly. But this is repository. It's one of my favorite maps in Halo Wars 1. I actually think this would be a great map in Halo Wars 2. And I wish more Halo Wars 1 maps came to Halo Wars 2 because Halo Wars 1 maps are so much better. I digress. The point is I think this map is perfect for free-for-all. You would essentially, or even multi-team. You would have one team here, and then maybe one team where they're each on the corners. Or that might put them at a natural disadvantage. You could put one here and one here. So you can effectively have 4 teams here. Have team 4 be here and here. Then the question kind of comes up, is like, well, these guys get an X-bow here and these guys get an X-bow here, so what about these guys? See, that's where I don't know. Maybe potentially this could be a full slot. You know, you would really have to fine-tune, I think, some of these maps to fit with multi-team. But of course, like other maps, like, geez, I don't know. I think Terminal Moraine would be a good multi-team map, actually, where you know, the third team would be on those little islands. So on and so forth. I kind of ramble. I'm going to let this kind of, as they would say, let this cook. It looks like they're shooting the Spartan beams, by the way. Spartan laser beams. I think that's why the Sentinels are getting obliterated. I mean, I'm sorry, not the Sentinels, the Rebels. This is, like, comically embarrassing, what we're seeing here. I mean, the base has shields, the Sentinels have shields. This guy's kind of being an idiot. We'll have to see what's going on here. For context, this is their generator, and this is their barracks. It does look eerily similar, I guess, to a UNSC base. And I really like this design. I think this is kind of, you know, the best that you can make it be following the Halo Wars formula. Nonetheless, I'm going to jump cut to when things happen, so you're not just staring at units training, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so a little bit of movement has happened. We've seen... I actually kind of missed this. I don't know how, but I think the Rebels snuck by right here. And they obviously built this base. What we can see from Cutter is he's going vehicles. As another reminder, just because they're playing as vanilla leaders does not mean they have all the same vanilla vehicles and units and stuff. As you can see, Cutter has the troop transport hog. This is why I mean they're just like so stupid. Like you should turn around and engage here or go another way. I mean, you're gonna lose this base now. It also doesn't make any sense. Attempt number 90 down here is failing. It doesn't make any sense why they wouldn't just take this base and this base. You would think with Legendary they'd be a little bit more smarter. But I'm starting to think like maybe potentially with the AI, they're at the same skill level perhaps, but like their reactions and their actions are faster. Meaning like they'll build buildings faster, they'll train units faster, they'll build more units. So on and so forth. I truly do think like them directing their units to locations and like what they're deciding to do remains the same. I mean, this might be the dumbest thing I've seen in my life. He almost walked out of that. But if you think you're going to destroy a heavy supply pad with Rebels wielding pistols, a bit of grenades in there, doing the most damage, you're mistaken, and you're going to lose your base in... What is this thing? Oh, that's the Tiger. That's the thing with the Grizzly attachment, but it's a Wolverine. That's anti-vehicle, allegedly. See, you're gonna take this. I heard a disruption bomb. Oh, the Prophet's here with a lot of ghosts. Okay, so maybe the Rebel leader dropped that. That base is history. Attempts to take out the base remain not going well. What the hell is this? I don't even know how to pronounce that. That's combat support of something. It looks like a Rhino with a disruption bomb on top, I think. I need to actually try this faction out. I don't recall that in the last time I played it, this mod here. That's very strange. I'm not really quite sure what that does. Does that even do anything? So, despite the chaos that's happening here, I really can't believe what I'm looking at. The Rebels got that supply pad thanks to the grenades. The barracks is training, whatever the hell this thing is. I don't even know what... I mean, that's an atrocity. You know, I mean, that thing just looks ugly. It is ugly. I don't even know how you get men in there. I don't know what its purpose is. You know what would be really... Oh, it looks like it's a portable healing device, potentially? And if so, I have a lot of questions that come from this. Number one, why is it healing the opponent's pads? That's my first question. Question number two is, why did the chair and co, the ghosts in particular, leave when it was attacking this. And question number 3 is, why is this thing continually hanging out here? I don't even know what anything is anymore. I mean, this is just going to go in the cringe compilation, what this man is doing. We're actually going to get another supply pad here. I cannot believe this. This is, like, astounding to me. That this is even possible. Okay, Dummy finally decided to take this back base. I mean, for being legendary AI, you gotta be some kind of stupid to be doing what you're doing here. I mean, this is normal. Imagine if he wins because of, I mean, this guy... Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have an ulcer from this. I mean, goodness. Anyway, you know, we, as in the Rebels, might actually win here due to the stupidity of Cutter. He has units here, he just won't go to attack.
Existing units.
And I think one thing I might give the AI credit for as well, particularly the Rebels, and you'll see this with other factions too in this mod, is I think due to the just sheer change of a lot of these leaders and factions as well, they may be confused on what to do. So for example, like, I forget how the Rebels play once again. So like maybe the barracks you can only train, like, say for example, snipers or something. Rebels, light infantry. Maybe do they have a vehicle depot to train vehicles? And you know, there's all these unique vehicles, like we saw the Tiger earlier. You know, like those are just questions or points I guess I should make that the AI has to overcome on top of being stupid just on its own. And the mod doesn't make the AI stupid, by the way. I mean, it's just the AI is stupid. They're stupid in Halo Wars 2. They're even, I think they're more stupid in Halo Wars 2, which is kind of incredible. But that's another topic for another day. There's a, I mean, I just can't, I mean, there's a field armory here replacing, what, a supply pad, and then a barracks replaces. Just, what is happening? What, this thing is so, I mean, I bet you what this thing's trying to do is attack. I bet you the AI is like, you know, I'm right-clicking on these pads to attack, blah, 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 and that might be why it's dropping all these heals. I mean, that is a horrendous-looking thing. I wish I never laid eyes on that, I'll be honest with you. Okay, over here, did my game crash? No, it didn't. It was just lagging. Wraiths? Let's see. Here is Lyrene Castilla. I don't know what I called her at the beginning. I do apologize if she's watching. The gentle woman, if you will. The milady. Yeah, and then this idiot asked me if I need supplies. I can't. Literally. I'm being quite harsh tonight, huh? I mean, nonetheless, at least there... Is that George? Looks like George. That's another cool thing I really like, too, about these mods, by the way, is, like, the unique Spartans and just general assets that you'll find in these things. They're not, like, stripped from... Like, the Tiger is stripped from Wolverine and a Grizzly. Same with that horrendous, this ugly thing here. That's a Rhino and a Disruption Bomb. But, like, the Troop Transport Hog is not. That wasn't in the game. Same, I mean, we've seen countless examples of new stuff. We've seen, Mongooses prior. What is that? An EMP Trooper? That's cool. Did we just watch, like, Suicide Warthogs or something? Now, this is a lot cooler than it seems. It's anti-vehicle and EMP Trooper. That's a great idea, by the way. An absolute great idea. That, like, replaces the Cyclops. I love that. I absolutely love that. One thing I think I would really like to see is, like, maybe a leader where you could build 3 Spartans, right? And then you would have to get the 3 Spartans together in a certain location, and you could call down a Scarab. Reminiscent of the Beachhead mission and campaign. And it would require all 3 Spartans to garrison it in order to control the Scarab. And if the Scarab dies, you lose the Scarab and the Spartans. So it's like high risk, high reward. This thing is so stupid. Can you please kill this thing? And you also have anti-vehicle infantry next to the Warthogs, but you just, oh my, you know, I can't. Sometimes. At least, I mean, I hate to say it, but there's probably a dub inbound unless Cutter has expoed. But seeing as how he's, ooh, okay. I think he's probably the easy AI. He's doing everything right. I mean, there's a Scorpion. I can't with that thing in the corner. It's actually so horrendous. It like, I don't even want to look at it. You know, like, it's like, ah, that thing is ugly. All right, well, everything's gonna die. I'm shocked that these rebels from 15 minutes ago are still kicking. Potentially gonna do some damage. Horrific timing, by the way, of these reinforcements. They are just gonna get mowed down. Maybe not even get shots off. Oh, wait a second. Let me look at the mini-map. Under attack from the chair. Goliath from Halo Wars 2 backported into Halo Wars 1. I love it when that kind of stuff happens, by the way. And they definitely do some real damage to the buildings. Some of the vehicles are not firing. If the Goliaths get smart and actually go for the main building instead of attacking the pads over and over and over again, we could actually have a GG, well played message. He's staring at this. Let's see what goes on over here. Alright, so the Wraiths actually kind of came in clutch. They broke the clutch, and a base has been destroyed here. Spirits dropping in. Looks like Lyrene said, you know what, I'll see you, James. What an embarrassing L. I mean, it's a normal AI for crying out loud. And, you know, you took an L. He took an L last night. I don't think he's going to bounce back anytime soon. He might actually get this base, but that might actually be it here. Are we gonna attack this? No, we might actually head over to this location. So we're seeing Orange is gonna take this base here. And Green is probably gonna take this base out despite the horrific matchup between, I mean, we have veteran Warthogs, ladies and gentlemen. You don't see that very often in either Halo Wars game, to be honest with you. Just a little bit more, I mean, I can't believe these men are alive. I've gone on and on about it. This guy's at 5 power, why? Look at this. 2 double reactors and a 5th there? Oh, that's so cringe. It hurts. You don't need 5 power. Kevin? The cringe is real. This base needs to be gone. At least that atrocity of a thing of a vehicle is gone. This is still here. Well, I think the writing's kind of on the wall here. I mean, Kevin doesn't have any units left. He has one base that is completely surrounded, but not only his efforts were in vain because they kind of flipped bases, but he didn't get one in return, so he actually was down a base now. And there's nothing going on here. There's no military production. That's the field armory. That's a generator, and that's a fortress. So technically, oh, he's going to try to build here. That's not going to work. He may try to build there. I don't know. So what ends up happening, by the way, in the game, the mod, so that's actually effectively GG's. Let me explain why. Is the AI is so stupid that they won't be like, hey, I actually can't do anything. I have supply pads, generator, field armory. I mean, he can make these scout things, right? That's the only thing that he can make. they're too stupid to say, oh, I can't build anything worth a meeting, so I'll destroy the field armory and build a barracks. They're too stupid to do that. So he'll sit here for an eternity making these transport scout vehicles from Reach. What are they called? The forklifts or the spades or whatever? For the rest of time. The mod will allow you... Yeah, this thing. I guess you could call stuff in too. I mean, that is a workaround as well. What you can do, I think it's if you press Y. Is it Y? Oh, crap. I flared. I didn't mean to do that. Here. What is this thing running like? Can you see that? So you dropped in the hero. Anyway, there is a, something, I forgot now what the key is, but you can destroy buildings. So the AI can kind of rethink and rebuild. But I'm not going to do that because I don't really like intervening. And I mean, this is GG's. I mean, that thing's going to die. Or it's going to go to a base that's going to die, and it's going to take you like another 2 hours to get this done. So I think it's clear. What's stronger? Legendary AI versus easy and normal. I think everyone loses because they're all stupid. But in this particular matchup, the normal and the easy definitely won here, I think. All things considered. There you go. So now we have to wait to call in more leader powers, I guess. That's going to conclude this video. Thank you so much for watching. There's a playlist with not only all of the AI battles in this series, kind of like a mini-series, if you will, but there's also a playlist featuring all of the Halo Wars 1 modded videos. And in fact, TeamRespawn makes an appearance in the Nutritious edition in Halo Wars. The Spartans have the TeamRespawn logo on their shoulder, which is the coolest thing ever, which you can see on our channel banner as well. That's actually where that comes from. And we created a vehicle. Well, let me be clear. Lord Nutritious did the vehicle. I just told him what I wanted. It's called the Armadango. It's like a flying elephant. And it's really cool. You should check that out. And if this is your first time on the channel, I'm forgetting. My brain's failing me. If this is your first time on the channel, we love Halo Wars. Let me try. Oh, I can't trash talk him. Thought I could. Huh. So if you like Halo Wars, you're in the right spot. I'm going to go before this becomes a train wreck. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I'll see you, James.